Rebel Sessions 2017 saw the launch of a brand new concept for the big wave surfing community. This was not about 1-hour heats or chasing swells all winter long. This was about one day and putting together the optimal performance for the awards of the session. After months of discussions and brainstorming, the 2017 Rebel Sessions would try a new approach to big wave events. The 25 invited surfers, both local and international, would have a whole day to try and put themselves in the best position to ride the biggest and the best waves that Dungeons could hurl at them. This year was not just about riding waves and charging heavy sections. This year was about giving back to the local community.
Importance of role models and diversity in role models and the whole concept of like you can't be what you can't see. I think it's really important for them to get to surf with other women, see different types of women.
One of the highlights of the trip was to share the stoke and love of surfing with the Waves for Change organization, a surf therapy group helping youth cope with stress and trauma, one wave at a time. Rebel Sessions partnered with the Waves for Change organization and the NSRI Sea Rescue Institute to help build awareness about the life-changing work these organizations bring to the broader society. Meanwhile, the winter of 2017 was proving to be a tough one. The swells would tease and not materialize, or the storms were too close for good conditions, and the surfers did not get an opportunity to test themselves on the heaving swells of the Dungeons.
This one-day concept where everybody gets to surf from like morning till afternoon, as long as you want, as long as you can, is a way better format to determine the best waterman. The current big wave competitions that have got the 45-minute heat or maybe an hour in the semis and the finals structure, it's not that great because, you know, on a really big day, you can sit in the water for the whole day and maybe catch two nice waves, two really big waves. And trying to squash like a heat into an hour, I think it's not the best way to determine who the best big wave rider is.
As the rather frustrating waiting period was drawing to a close, a final massive swell seemed to magically pop up on the weather charts. This could be it, the storm that could give the go-ahead for the Rebel Sessions. The green light was given at the 11th hour and the anticipation was humming.
I know the live buoy was 4.5 meters at 18 seconds, so that's still really, really solid.
Looking pretty amazing, eh? Conditions are superb, bro.
Clean lines, a little bit of a ripple on the face, but looking really good.
Haven't looked at it, but I've heard it's pretty big, but it's glassy and smooth, so yeah, we're amping. Time to get out there, I reckon.
25-foot surf ensured that there would be no shortage of waves to ride. The question on everyone's lips was who was going to have the best game plan to walk away with the coveted Waterman Award.
Music got the best in me ever since I was a child.
In this brand new format, the surfers are competing for 100,000 Rand prize money broken into 4 categories. The first being the Rookie of the Session or the Motivation Award, which is worth 15,000 Rand. This is for the surfer who has only recently started surfing Dungeons and is still working out the special challenges of the Dungeons lineup.
To be honest, people are saying it was so difficult and so like bumpy, and I've never surfed Dungeons that good. Really, I've never surfed it that good. I haven't surfed it that much, but I mean still. So I just enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
The second category is the Worst Wipeout or Consequences Award, that's worth 10,000 Rand. This always gets the most hoots from the big wave surfers and the crowd alike, as the surfers throw themselves over the ledge and into oblivion at the mercy of the sheer force of these gigantic waves.
The fourth bump took me out, and luckily I managed to fall in the trough and the whole lip went over me. And I went over with the lip, and as I was going over with the lip, I was just going like that. I just grabbed and I just pulled. Wow, I think I actually pulled that thing twice. I went like a soda stream bottle.
The Biggest Wave or Inspiration Award is for the surfer who successfully rides the biggest wave of the session, and this year we saw some impressively large waves ridden. However, not making it to the bottom means you don't get to cash in.
The Cape Big Wave Trust guys, we've been looking for a format for quite a while. I think a lot of people struggle to get their heads around sort of conventional contests, and people go out on the day, hopefully it's a good day, which this event really was, and they can play their normal game. I think it was really cool.
Stand up, stare at something that doesn't move. Push as hard as you can, goes down in the way. Already hard enough for us.
The Waterman or Dedication Award is for the surfer who is recognized for consistency across the day's surfing, as opposed to just rewarding the surfer who is lucky enough to catch the standout wave of the day. This is the ultimate accolade for the surfer who works the hardest over the entire session. It's for the big wave surfer who commits on every level, rides with skill, and dominates the day of massive waves. The Dedication Award is worth 50,000 Rand.
We are through.
So overwhelming right now. It just feels so special. I've looked up to all the older guys who are they've been pushing the limits on a global scale out there at Dungeons for so many years. Just such an amazing day in the water, sitting way out the back there with Mickey and Simon and Mike.
I'll take my time with you. No, I don't.
She's winning this award with all those guys out there on the day, and some of the biggest waves I've seen out at Dungeons. It just feels so special, and like all the hard work, and it feels amazing.